In. Everybody, please give a huge Q Corner welcome to Mr. Billy Damon.
Fantastic, Mr. Billy Damon.
Yay!
There he is. Hello,
Hi, guys.
sir. Hi.
Hi, Billy. How are you?
Hi, guys. I'm doing awesome. How you guys doing?
Yeah,
Are you
really
holding
good.
up?
Yeah, we're fantastic.
We're
Oh,
still
good,
here.
good, good, good. That's a lot of Red Bull.
It gives you wings.
It's true.
So
No
So
lie.
they say. So they say.
this apparently. So what we're gonna do is anyway, we don't want to take up your time. We've only got actually, because we finished a little bit earlier.
Oh,
If you
I
want
have
to
about an
run,
hour. Right.
you've
Yeah.
got
You've only got an hour and 10 if you
you've
want
got
it.
an hour and 10 if you want it. It's up to you.
Okay. All right. Let me see what I come up across.
If you don't, that's absolutely fine. But we're just saying is if you want to take it, it's up to you. Okay. We're gonna get
No
out of your
worries.
hair
No worries.
and we're gonna hand over
Okay.
to you.
Enjoy, Billy. Enjoy.
You
Thanks,
guys
guys. Appreciate
be
it.
nice, play, have fun.
What do you shouldn't have to tell them to be nice.
Tell you to be nice.
No, they shouldn't have to tell them to be nice. Hi, guys. How you doing? Are you ready? All right, tell you what we're going to do. Now this is the really the weirdest thing for me because I'm so used to when I'm teaching that I have a whole classroom of people and I can actually talk to everybody and see what everybody's doing and know who's keeping up and who needs a little bit more one-on-one help or anything else. So this time it's going to be a little bit harder to do that, but I have some really cool things to teach you. Some of the things that I've had from my DVD, some of the things that I just came up with, some of the things that I taught at other classes. But it's all really good stuff. Well, like I said, tried and true. So it's all things that are going to work and work very well for everybody and help everybody make some money. I tell you what I'm going to do. One of the things I wanted to teach, it's actually from my DVD, and it's not. It's a dinosaur, but it's not this dinosaur. No. We're not going to teach that one. What I'd like to teach is I'd like to teach the long neck dinosaur because the long neck dinosaur, you'll be able to see a really cool technique that's been, most people already know it. It's called the stretch technique, and that's how I made that neck to be really short like that, or skinny, where I took a 350 and made it into a 260. And that's called the stretch technique. And this particular one is a little bit different than on my DVD because I changed the head around because the head is much cooler this way, as you can see. And it's really, it's a big piece so that when you give it to a kid, the people from the other table across the way, they're going to want one too. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay.
Live on set.
Okay. Am I on? Okay. And we're ready? Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Take 14. Here we go. This is Billy broke the internet. It can happen. Start over again. As I said, my name is Billy Damon. I've been doing balloons for a really long time. We did that part already. And some really cool things, tried and tested, things that work for me in the restaurants. A little background. When I'm working in the restaurant, what I like to do is I like to make something that's so big or actually so visible that the people from the other side of the restaurant want it right away. That qualifies them, so I already know that they would know that they want a balloon from me. So most of the things that I make, almost everything I make, is really visible and identifiable from a distance. I hate to make something and have them go, what is that? That's not the way I want to do it. As I said, I've been teaching and doing balloons for really. I have a couple of really good ideas of ways to do things. I don't know where we cut off, but I wanted to teach you one of the dinosaurs from my classic DVD, which is available. I'll tell you about that later. And I've changed a little bit. Long neck dinosaur on my DVD. That is a really nice dinosaur, and it has a really interesting stretch technique that I use to make the neck. And this time I've changed the head around to make it even a little bit, uh, just a little bit more friendly and a little more cartoon. And I'd like to teach you this, and I'd like to teach you this technique. What I'd like to, rather than to teach you just a recipe, so that you just go out and do this whole thing, I want to teach techniques so that you can be able to create your own things as well. So I'm going to show you some techniques to make, for example, this stretch technique where I can take a 3 and make it 260, or I can take a 260 and make it into a 160, or you can even take a 160 and make it into a 1/2. I'll show you what I mean. First of all, to get this thing started, we're going to be needing some spring greens. We'll need 1 spring green 350 and 2 spring green 260s. Okay, and are you guys ready to get started? I can't hear. Oh, Grandma V, are you in the crowd? Are you out there? Grandma V, I need for you to send me a package, okay?
She said hello.
Okay, I need for you to send me a package, okay? Let me know when you send it. Okay. All right, there we go. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the stretch technique. We're gonna make the neck. Oop, there's a hand in there. I'm gonna make the neck, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up the balloon, just like this. Let the air out. What I'm doing is I'm stretching it, and then I'm gonna stretch it out when I reinflate it. Now what I've done is by using the stretch technique, I was able to make this part really, really skinny, and then it gets big to go down the rest of it. Now this technique is something that you can use for a lot of different things. I use it also with my 260s, especially if I'm going to be making a princess or something like that. When I'm making, for example, The Little Mermaid, when I'm making a mermaid, I hate to give a mermaid with these great big giant arms. So what I like to do is, and I'm going to show you how to do it with a pump too. What I like to do is you can give a little stretch. And that will give you a much skinnier balloon for the arms. And then you have the 260 part for the head. That was pretty cool. Okay, and so what we do is when we're doing that, and this is another way of using this technique. So now when I'm making my mermaid, the mermaid's arms are not these great big giant muscle things. Like she doesn't have Ursula arms on a Little Mermaid. That's just not right. That shouldn't be that way. So another thing that you could do with the stretch technique is when I'm making my princesses. Hold on one second. When I'm making a really, really quick princess at a restaurant or something like that, I don't want to have to use a lot of different balloons. So by using the stretch technique, I can have the 260 for the head and then the 160 size for the arms when I'm making it. So this way here is one less balloon that I need to get, and it goes a lot quicker. So that's the princess. The other thing that I've used it for is when I'm making an elephant. I make a little elephant. I'm able to make the trunk nice and small so that I'm able to use that. And you can use the stretch technique for a lot of different things as well. Getting back to the dinosaur. Now that we've made our dinosaur's neck, I'm going to give it a little twist right. Oh, I'm going to leave this part here. It's a little bit larger than this because I wanted to show that it's getting smaller. I'm going to follow that up with a pinch twist. Come down a little bit for the body. Follow that up with another pinch twist. And this part here is going to be the tail. And then we need 2 more 260s. Now, before anyone starts talking about mouth inflating, I understand the situation, and I know things are changing. I'm not going to be giving these balloons out to anyone, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's much quicker for me to do it this way than to use the pump. Though this new pump that I got, this Smart Twist from Premium, is really, really good. It's rather quick and quiet as well. But yeah, old habits die hard. So I'm going to take one of these. I just got called out. Except he's mouth inflating. But I'm not giving these balloons out to anyone, so it's okay. I'm keeping them for myself. Okay, so what I did was I just made 2 legs underneath the neck part, just like that. And I'm going to come across along the body to the back, where I'm going to make 2 more legs of similar size. And then this part is going to come back up to the pinch twist underneath the neck. Now, if anyone has any questions or anything, I have Hayley here. She's watching the chats, so she can tell me if anyone has a question or if I need to do anything over again. Okay, now when I have this here, so what I did was I went alongside the body part, because I'm going to use this to help give the body some shape. And what I want to do is I want to give the body some shape so that the front of the body is a little bit bigger than the back of the body. Just like that. Now, in the past, my other dinosaur that I made, what I did was I actually made this just bigger, and then I drew the eyes onto it, and it worked for a while. But things are always progressing. Every time you make something, you come up with another way of doing it, a better way of doing it, and I'm going to show you the better way, the better head that I came up with for this. And very simply, we're going to take the other 2 6. I'm going to make a small little pinch twist bubble at the end, just like that. And this part is going to be coming over the eyes, so I want to make sure there's enough room there for that. And I'm going to follow that up with a pinch twist. I'm going to be adding another pinch twist there in a moment. I'm going to make a big loop like this, just about my hand's worth. And this is where I follow it up with another pinch twist. Just like that. And now I get a 5-inch round white, right about there, maybe a little bit smaller. And I'm going to split the balloon. Now, I don't know if anyone has already gone over splitting the balloons. When you're splitting the balloons, you're going to take one balloon and you're going to twist it in half. And what you do is with your fingers, you're going to make an OK sign as you squeeze down both hands at the same time. If you keep the knot at the top or in the middle when you're making your split, the knot will be inside there and it won't be sticking out of an eyeball. So I'm going to make my split with the knot in the center, just like that. And I'm going to put the eyes right there. And this is actually going to be a lower lip. Just like that. And now what I'll do is I'll take the neck and tie it onto the neck. Tight like that. And I like to give it a little grass to chew on.
He's an herbivore.
Yes, he's an herbivore. So I'm going to give him one of these like this. Is my volume okay, guys? Can everybody hear me all right? Everyone? Anyone? Sheila? They say yes? Okay. I'm going to put the grass so that it looks like it's coming out of his mouth. And then take my marker We're getting thumbs up. All good. And then 2 little dots for his nose right there. And then we have a long-necked Brontosaurus dinosaur. Now you can use the same head and structure if you're going to make the Loch Ness Monster. You know, make it a little Nessie. That works out very, very well for that. And you can use it for other things as well. It also makes it kind of cool, a cool snake head. But that is my long neck dinosaur. I hope you like it, and I hope it works for you. Again, this is one of those things, if I make it in a restaurant, the people on the other side of the restaurant go, oh, that's so cool, I want one of those. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to be able to get those people to come in and enjoy what I'm making and want one. Now, I already went over all of these, so you don't need that. You can imagine what that would look like as a mermaid, though. See how the arms are a lot smaller?
We had an honorable mention to linebacker mermaids.
Linebacker mermaids, yeah. Right. And the same thing with the princesses. When people are making the princesses, the head is nice and big, which is the right size for the hair and everything. And then the arms are these great big giant arms like this. By doing the stretch technique, you're able to get the arms to be a little bit more in proportion. And this is a really, really simple, really quick princess, little Cinderella. I'm in Orlando. I make lots of princesses. So, and that's for that. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. What? Let's see. What are we going to do now? Oh, wait. Would you like to see a really cool bumblebee? I think I'm going to make a really cool bumblebee. Hold on a second. What?
My bumblebee's cuter.
I can't see you.
My bumblebee's cuter.
Your bumblebee's cuter?
Yes.
Oh, so you want to show him your bumblebee?
Yes.
Okay.
You get on the chat.
I get on the chat.
Hi guys, I'm Hayley. I'm Billy's daughter. I'm going to show you my bumblebee today, which I already, they're in the trash can because that's where I keep balloons, right? We're going to learn my bumblebee because I personally like my dimensions and it's cute and it's fat and that's how I like my bees. We're going to start off with a goldenrod. You can also do it in yellow. I like the way that the goldenrod works. We're going to start with more than a hand, almost 2 hands left on the tail of it. Starting with a pinch twist, as my father types louder than anyone in the known universe. We'll start. Thank you. Hi, Grandma B. Love everyone. Thank you guys all for tuning in. So we're starting with this pinch twist. We also need a white 5-inch round inflated to about baseball size. I don't really know my sports balls, but I'm assuming this is about the size of a baseball. So we're going to have this baseball, and we're going to do that nice little split right in the center, get them about even, and wrap that right in. You just want it snug around that ball just to make those eyeballs. Keep him on there. It's going to be a nice little loop here. You're going to take a black 260, inflated the same amount, about 2 hands to the bottom. And we're just going to tie that right in at that first ear twist that we made. I'm a little sweet here. And that's okay. It gets attention. We're going to make one small, I'd say about 1 finger bubble as a spacer bubble, and then followed by an ear twist. About a finger and a half, a fat thumb perhaps.
Eduardo says hello.
Hi. Hi everyone. This is the first thing I've ever taught. I'm pretty proud of it. I like my bumblebee, and I think I'm losing air on the face of it. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to inflate another goldenrod right now. So that way I don't have to redo the face of my bumblebee by the time I get to the end of my bumblebee. Give it a nice little stretch. That ear twist again. Thanks, Derek. I'm going to release the eyeballs out of the prison, and we'll transfer them. And so even them out to the new goldenrod. All right, we've got that in. Let me get my onyx black and my spacer bubble, attach it back in. Now I'm caught up with the rest of everyone. So I have our 5-inch round in the head, spacer bubble, pinch twist. We're going to make this the first strike. A momentous occasion for a bumblebee, I would assume. As a bumblebee, getting your first strike has to be important, right? We're going to give these a squeeze to make sure they're just a little bit soft because we're about to take another small 1-finger bubble, and then we're taking the goldenrod and twisting them together so that we can alternate colors here. Now that we have the goldenrod attached, we're making a small 1-finger spacer bubble again. And another pinch twist. Now this goldenrod, when we wrap it around, as you see here, I have a little bit of space underneath. That'll make sense at the end because this gold balloon will actually be tucked back inside of our bumblebee body to give it that nice fat shape that we like. Because bumblebees defy gravity. There's no way that fat little body should be able to fly. But it does, and that's what we love. So we're going to need, I'd say, 2 hands around, because that gives us that nice little space in the back here. That nice round shape. And you're just wrapping that back up to your pinch twist. Nice big loop. Following with another small 1-finger bubble, softening your black, twisting them both together, because we're making our last stripe the same loops that we have been doing, but in black. So, same as before, a small 1-finger spacer bubble, followed by a pinch twist, and then the loop all the way around the body. This time it's going to be about the same size as our first one. So if you see, I made our loops a little bit bigger for that gold one. We're going to go back to the same size as the black loop. That keeps the round shape consistent, making it just a little bit smaller so it keeps that round tummy look going. It's important with these. I really enjoy bumblebees. I actually have a tattoo of a bumblebee. So now that we have that completed, we're going to do the same thing we have been with that small black bubble. Twist the 2 of them together here. But now we're going to just make, I'd say, a 3-finger bubble. We're going to lock our black in with it. So now we have this going on. Quick pinch twists out of that goldenrod balloon. My tattoo's on my foot, so it is quite hard to bring it all the way up to the camera next to my face. Or I would. So now that we have our two pinch twists here and the bubble here, we're actually linking these two back together because they have the tendency to go apart. We're taking the remainder of this goldenrod and we're actually going to cut the tip of it so it's only about 1 hand width worth of air, because too much more and the back of this balloon won't fit inside of your bumblebee properly. Billy does have a tattoo, but it's a secret. It's a very well kept secret, obviously. So we're taking the rest of this goldenrod with the black on the inside here.
Hi, Mark.
And we're tucking it in through one loop and then into our second loop and pulling it tight because it'll tuck snug into our third without even noticing. You can't even see where that one ends, and that's exactly how we like it. We're taking the remainder of the black, pushing it out through those pinch twists, and we're going to get rid of that end. Leave just a tiny puff of air. We still want some tail on that because that, my dears, is going to be the stinger. Not that we use it because we're nice to people and we're only here for the pollen, but it's nice to have it. Always have to have a little bit of a threat present. Keeps everyone on their toes. So this is our bumblebee body. And we are going to take a 260 clear. I like using a 260 clear because it keeps that chunky look of that chubby little bumblebee body. And we're going to inflate it until we feel like stopping. This is about a hand to the end. Wherever we want. So we have our clear. We're going to make just a loop out of it. This is just going to be our wings, so it doesn't have to have a whole lot of air. We're not making a full set of 4 wings for our bumblebee. We're keeping it to the classic cartoon 2 wings because ours doesn't have to have proper aerodynamics. Just I like my bumblebees chunky too. And so now you have your whole bumblebee body. We're going to take this first black pinch twist, and that's where we're going to loop the wings underneath, because then it sits in the proper place on the body. Not bumblebee tuna. This has nothing to do with tuna. Thanks, Mark. We have our cute little wings now. We'll round them out at the top so that they don't get sharp. And then we have our final touches. One of those is going to be our little bitty antennas. So we're going to make just a cute little set of boppers for that. We'll take a 3-finger bubble. Cut off the excess so that it's a nice clean knot at the bottom, because no one wants a little nozzle sitting off on the end of their antenna weighing one of them down. I can't do the whole magic balloon tail thing like everyone else does. It just never wants to work for me. So I've got to give it a few tries. We'll split that. We've got it all the way here. Or not. Now we do. You know, they're not always even. That's just something you have to come to terms with in life. We're going to take our little antennas and we're tucking them up under your very, very first pinch twist. Wrap them around the back. Bring them back towards the front so that they're against the head of the bumblebee. And then they sit nice and forward and cute. And then we give it some artwork. Happy happy little smile with chubby little cheeks because we like them chunky. I like doing my eyeballs big and exaggerated with a little bit of shine in them. So I always make an 8 and then I fill in around that 8 because it gives a little bit of that eye shine. Look how cute that eyeball is. Oh. Fill that baby in. We'll put our black marker back. Let's get a little red. We'll give them a little blush. And there we have the cutest little bumblebee. And if you'd like, you can always put it on a flower base for a headband and they can wear it on their head. I've done it before and I had to make 7 of them, which was great because it was the first time I had ever made this. So I hope you guys like it. Thanks for listening to me for all this time.
Yay! Thanks, Hayley.
You're welcome.
I still think my bumblebee was pretty cool.
Mine's cute.
Anyway, I think while we were on, while Hayley was showing that, there are a couple of people that had a couple of really quick questions about the stretch technique again. And if I blow it up, if I'm doing it by mouth inflating, I need to blow it up a little bit so that it stretches the balloon, makes it be a little bit easier to reinflate. Just like that. And then what I did for the end, where I made the end appear, was I squeezed the balloon down a little bit. When I release the air into this now, it's going to expand to the 260 size again. And I can control that. I can make that as big or as small as I want. So depending upon how big I want it to be. And then I have it so it's skinnier here, and I have the bulbous part there. Now if I wanted to put a couple of bumps into it, if I give it a little twist, a little pinch there while I have pressure on it. You can do that. Now, if you do that with like a lime green, it makes a really cool seaweed thing. So that's just to go back and show a couple of things to some other people that had questions. Anyway, it's time to move on now. I'm going to try to do something. It's a little bit harder, but it was actually really, really popular. And I'm going to show everybody how to make the genie in the bottle.
I'm a genie in a bottle.
Mm-hmm. You ain't never had a friend like me. The genie in the bottle is still really, really popular, especially now that the live version of Aladdin came out. And it almost looks like Will Smith. Well, almost. And I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to be using 3 pale blue balloons for the body and 160. We get all of this out of 160 black. And then I'll show you how to make the lamp as well. We're going to start, of course, with the genie, and we're going to start with the head. And we'll start with the balloon. Look, I'm using a pump. Just about that much. And I left about a hand's width at the end. And now sometimes it could be a little bit confusing to follow with this particular thing because you have to go about it in a different way. I'll explain what I'm going to do. Well, the first twist is going to be about 4 fingers or so, and follow it with a pinch twist. That pinch twist is actually going to be the nose. I'm going to make a little cheek right here, followed by another pinch twist. This pinch twist is an ear. I'm going to go, if you look at this, the way I have this is going to be a cheek, and this is going to be a nose. If I'm going to put that to the center, I want my head to be double that. So this is how wide the head is going to be. And then from there, I'm going to work on the top of the head. Okay, so this is what we have so far. This is the nose, this is the cheek, and this is actually the bridge of the nose. That's going to go up to the top of the head. And now I'm working on the top of the head, which is another pinch twist. And this one's going to connect over to here. And now I'm going to make the mouth comes under it like that. And now I'm going to make another cheek like this. And the cheek is going to go to the nose. I don't know if you can see that there. And then this part here goes through the mouth. I spin this around like that. I told you it's a little hard, a little confusing. Fortunately, this is recorded, so you can go back, you can play it in slow motion. And Dom really likes to tell people that you're going to hear me talk like do this. Dom people like that. And now that is the base for the head. Okay, we started here with the bridge of the nose, to the nose, to a cheek, to an ear, back to the back of the head, to an ear, down around the mouth, back to the cheek, and then the rest of it coming out here, and this is going to be his neck. I know, it's a little bit, like I said, fortunately you'll be able to play this back. And now we need two more pale blue, and I'm not using the pump for this one, sorry. And now we're going to make the body. We're going to start off with a hand. And for the hands, what I do is I make 3 little pinch twists. To be the hand. Just like that. And then a forearm, an elbow. And then this part here, we'll get a pinch twist, and that's going to be his neck. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one now. 3 pinch twists for the hand. Just like that. I'm going to make a forearm, same size as that one. An elbow. The upper arm, bicep. And then another one for a neck. So I have this now. I'm going to put these together now. And that's going to form the shoulders and body. Now he needs to have some muscles. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, that's one side of his chest, then a small bubble, that's going to be part of his 4-pack, he doesn't have a 6-pack. And this one here is going to be a pinch twist. So I'm making a series of 5 bubbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to connect those up top. And I'm going to make the other pectoral muscle. So that you have that. Remember this one here is going to get a pinch twist. And then I twist those together as well. So this is what I have. I know, if it was easy, anyone could do it, they wouldn't need us anymore. It's almost there though. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 down like this. And I'm going to bring this pinch twist down. Oops, almost lost that. Bring this pinch twist down. There we go. And pinch twist those together. And that makes his body. And I put his arms down this way. And puff out his chest a little bit. And then I'm going to get rid of one of these. I'm going to get rid of the one that doesn't have as much hair, because that's the one that I use to make the chest and everything. So I'm going to give it another pinch twist. Right over here. And then we get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. And I lock it all in like this. And then we have the part that's going to come out of the lamp. Now I'm going to come down about this far, which is almost the same distance of his body. And right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the air out of this. Not cutting the whole thing, just letting the air out of it. So I'm going to show you another technique. And with the technique, you'll be able to do a whole bunch of other things too. And I have other examples of the techniques too. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I want to create the spiral for the genie coming up out of the lamp, so that it looks like he's actually coming up out of smoke. And what I'm going to do by doing that is I took off the end of this, so this particular piece of balloon here, I can keep that nice and flat so that it's nice and tight. If you've been to any of the conventions, you've probably seen me showing this in the jam room. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to twist as I'm keeping pressure on that other uninflated balloon. And what it does is it spirals around the other balloon, just like this. Come all the way up to the pinch twist. And tie it in there really good, because you don't want it to get away. And that will be the genie coming up out of the bottle. Now, this technique you can use for a whole bunch of other things as well. And I have another thing that I want to show you how to make from the movie onward. It's really, really cool. But yeah. Oh, I have 10 minutes. Okay. It looks like I'm not going to have time to do that. Oh, that's right, because we lost the internet. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I broke the internet. Yeah, I should get a grace period. I broke the internet. So now I'm going to take the head and I'm going to attach the head.
Just like the unicorn.
Yes, just like the unicorn horn. And then attach the head like that. I'm going to do the hair real quick so that I can show you
160.
with the 160. It's a black 160. And I'm going to make a really deep tulip twist into the black 160. Now, some people will take a little bubble and push the bubble through. Sometimes that's easier to hold on to. You know, push it through and grab the bubble, take your finger out, and now you're going to just keep on feeding that bubble all the way through the balloon, and what it does is it creates that curve. And you can actually make a little S curve like that. And take that bubble and make that bubble into a pinch twist. And break it off. We want to save this though, because we need to use this for the beard and for the eyeballs. And I'm going to take this part here and right at the top pinch twist there. And I'll attach that, and that's actually going to sit in front of the pinch twist, just like that, to create the hair. Then I'm going to take this part here, which is going to be his beard and the back of his head. You know, I'm glad that happened. Let me show you how to fix that.
How dare you?
We're going to make another little pinch twist to fix that. Just like that. Make a pinch twist. And I'm going to push that right inside there and go around everything. And then, while we're at it, I have to fix the other part of that pinch twist. It can happen. Again, I want to thank Premium Balloon Accessories for sending me this Smart Twist pump, because it came at just the right time where I need to start using a pump anyway, because I need to stop mouth inflating at events and restaurants and stuff. So this came at the right time, and so far it's been working out really, really well for me. Okay, so now I have that repaired. I'm going to come around for the beard, and I'm going to speed it up a little bit because we're running out of time. Dominic and Keith, just tell me when it's time for me to end, okay? I have a little grace period? I hope so too.
If Philip and Baldy forgive you.
Yeah, actually they probably would. Okay. Am I okay on time? Or am I running low? I'm sorry, I can keep going?
We can finish the
Okay. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some eyeballs. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep on going until you tell me when to stop, okay? But I'm going to go a little bit faster, which I apologize for the people that are new. But I'm going to be going a little bit faster. I'll try to explain as much as I can as I'm going along, because I want to make sure that I give you guys some really decent content. Because as I said earlier, number one, this is the most amazing convention under the most incredible circumstances that I've ever come across. And I've been to a lot of conventions. And Grandma V, you out there? Did you ever send me the little package? Did you? Wait. I think I heard it. What? Oh. It could be. Hold on a second. Mr. Q, are you holding on to something? Grandma V, thank you. I'll be needing that later.
shot of bourbon.
A shot of bourbon. I knew you're my favorite, Grandma. Okay, here we go. Now back to this now. I just made some eyeballs right inside there. Just like that. And I can make little pupils to fit inside there, or I can just take my marker and give him some eyeballs. And then a little mouth, just like that. And now we're going to have, I think we have just enough time for me to show you the lamp. The lamp uses another technique with the what you call it, the deep twist tulip. The deep tulip twist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a really long one. This is going to be the mouth, the front of the lamp. Just like that. I'm going to follow that up with another balloon. All right, do over. Do I need to do over the whole thing? No. Yeah. Okay. Deep tulip twist. Grab the knot. Put a pinch twist using the knot. And this is actually the speed that I would be doing if I was going to be performing it. And then another couple of pinch twists there. And then I need one more balloon. Because I need to make the rest of the lamp now. And the rest of the lamp goes like this. Now, if anyone has any questions about this, number one, of course, as I said earlier, you can always rewind the video at your leisure anytime that you'd like. But my email is billy@billydamon.com. So if you have any questions or you'd like to show you something else, you can do that. Also, as we were talking about my classic DVD, if you're interested in one of those DVDs, they are available. You can get in touch with me at the same email address, billy@billydamon.com. Okay, I'm almost ready for this part here. I'm almost done there. And this is going to come through that double pinch twist. Oh yeah. Perfect. And then I need a little piece of something. Oh, here we go. That'll work. And I'm going to put the little knob on the top of the plant, like that. Follow that up with 3 pinch twists. Just like that. I meant to do that. And then this is going to go right down through the center of my lamp. Like that. And then at the bottom, I'm going to put a pinch twist, followed by a spacer bubble, and another pinch twist. And I'm going to loop this balloon around and connect it to the other pinch twist. And that is going to form the base of the lamp. And then I take the rest of this part here and give it a little bubble here. Because remember, I lost this part. Okay, yeah. And then this will go up to here. I'm just about done. And then at the very tip of the lamp, we'll make a little twist and connect our Genie. And our Genie in the lamp. Pretty cool. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me. I'm on Facebook too, so you can find me there. I want to thank Qualatex for offering me this opportunity to do this. I want to thank Premium Balloon Accessories for the really cool pump. I want to thank even more Dom and Keith for doing such a great job putting this all together. Oh, and I'd like to thank Hayley too for a really cool bumblebee. Thank you, everybody.
You guys.
Thanks for joining
Thank
us.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you both so much, and the rest of the
Oh, you're
team that
very,
are
very
hiding in the
welcome.
background as well.
I'm sorry I broke the internet.
Billy broke the internet.
1 second, one thing before you disappear. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Hashtag Billy broke the internet.
Oh, Billy
There we
broke
go.
YouTube.
Oh yeah, Billy broke
Yeah.
YouTube.
I can see a T-shirt.
I broke
coming.
YouTube.
I can see it.
There you go.
Billy,
Thanks,
thank you
guys.
very much.
Thank
It's
you.
always a pleasure, sir. Always a pleasure.
Thank
and
you.
thank you very much, Hayley,
Again, if
as
you
well.
have any other questions, get back in touch with me.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Guys,
Cheers.
can you do me a favor? Show some big love to Billy and Hayley in the chat, please. 2 for 1.
There we go. Thank you very much, guys.
Yes, please
Awesome
show a
design,
lot
Jay.
of love for Billy and Hayley in the chat. Oh, we...